everyone. We're going to take a look at Pope Francis, astrology. I know that he has been sick. I believe that he is in the hospital right now with pneumonia. A lot of people are struggling with some lung issues, I would say, because Jupiter is in Gemini. Gemini rules the lungs, and Jupiter rules expansion and growth. So Jupiter is transiting, is in Gemini for him. It's kind of on the cusp of endings and the 12th and 11th house. So right off the bat, I mean, he's a Sagittarius sun, which means he's a fire and mutable sign. As far as health goes, Sagittarians can struggle with leg pain, inner thigh pain, sciatica issues. Sagittarians can have low back pain, buttock pain that goes into the sciatic, and liver issues. He's a Cancer water sign, so that can be issues with his stomach, with his breast, emotions. Being a Cancer ascendant means that he's very caring and passionate about others, wanting to help others and give. He's an Aquarius moon, which again is a humanitarian, emotional humanitarian sign. With an Aquarius moon, these are people who are independent thinkers. They think outside the box. They're kind of rebels in their career as well. They try to help people become more independent. Scorpio in the 4th house. So he probably had some issues at home. Pluto in the 1st house gives him a lot of power. But he's definitely with that moon in Aquarius. He's definitely a humanitarian. I'm not sure if he did things that the Catholic Church has never done before. I think he did years ago. Like, I think he married people who, like, the church knew that they were living together, or the church knew that they weren't a virgin or something like that, because the Catholic Church can be really strict about, you're not supposed to be living together. You're supposed to be a virgin when you get married and all that other stuff. And I think he did marry a couple of couples at the Vatican that usually the Catholic Church, wouldn't marry certain couples under certain circumstances. He has a lot of earth in his chart as well. I think he has more planets sitting in earthly signs, which makes him grounded, driven, grounded, sensible, stable. Sagittarius is the 9th house, his sun sign, so that also makes him very religious, because it is the house of God. Saturn is connected to God, and Jupiter is connected to Jesus, and Jupiter is Jehovah. It's connected to Jehovah, Jesus, all that, okay? I'm not going to get all into the mythology of these planets, but, the 9th house is connected to philosophy, religion, higher learning, higher education, like college, but also your spirituality, and it's the house of God. Definitely with his sun sign in the house of service. It looks like his sun sign is in the house of service to others. So, he was born to serve others. It's kind of weird that he has Venus conjunct his moon in Aquarius there. He was never married, right? I mean, that could mean that he's married to the church. I mean, because usually it's where you find someone's wife. Interesting. I mean, his Mercury, she's a very good speaker. He speaks highly of relationships. I think marriage is very important to him. I think he does support marriage. Maybe he had a girlfriend when he was younger or something. He's a pope, so I'm not really seeing Venus in there, the planet of love. in relationships with him. It must mean that he's like married to God or something. You know what I mean? Like a special oath to God is what I'm thinking. But his sun conjunct the North Node in the house of service to others. Work ethics means that he's going to be in a powerful position with the North Node conjunct your sun. Whenever you have the North Node conjunct your sun, think of it like a power boost. You have a lot of blessings that are, blessed upon you, that you can get a powerful position for sure. And because it's in the house of service to others, so the North Node is part of his destiny. So in his destiny, why he is here is part of your North Node too. Your first house is also part of why you're here. Because the first house is, where the stars were, where the constellations were rising in the horizon when you're born. So what constellations were active? So that's he's a Cancer ascendant. So he is here to love, to care, to nourish, to be a father figure to others. Probably wouldn't be good in politics. A lot of Cancer risings should not get into politics kind of thing. They should kind of stay out of politics. They are here to kind of father others or mother others, right? Because it's the house of family, kind of a thing when your rising sign is Cancer. So that moon in Aquarius gives him transformation, and it also gives him strong humanitarian ethics to treat others fairly. So there are a couple of dates that stood out to me. One, he just recently had his Saturn return in January. So sometimes a Saturn return can give you a power boost, but depending on the other planets that are square or that are opposed during your Saturn return, can also give you issues with your health. So, I would say that, today, the 27th, might be difficult for him. The 28th might be difficult for him. Having that Aquarius moon can mean that he's going to have some circulation issues. And then, Jupiter in Gemini, it's kind of expanding lung issues, I would say. So I would say the 27th tomorrow might be a little tough for him. The first week of April is going to be tough for him. The 4th and the 5th, the 6th, the 11th. The 20th is Easter. So a couple of days before Easter, it looks like on his astrology that, there's a lot of communication. So, Pluto is entering the 8th house of death. That does not mean that you're going to die. Please, all of us go through Pluto transiting the 8th house. All of us have this. It can just mean that he's going through some type of transition. So I don't want to sit here and predict his death, but I would probably say that, by Easter, there's going to be a transformation. Okay, that's the nicest way I can say it, for him. A lot of talk about him. So that's what I see. So the dates I think that stand out the most are tomorrow, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th of April. A couple of days before Easter seems to be a lot of talk about him. And then after Easter, Easter, there's a transformation. So I would say the whole April is very transformational for him. So let's just keep praying for him. Let's hope he pulls through and, gives us a few more years. But he's definitely going through it. He's definitely going to be having some lung issues too, because he's got a lot of activity around his MC line. His sun sign is going to be, meeting Saturn. That can be a little tough too. So yeah, he's got a lot going on. So I think he's definitely going through transition. Okay? All right. Blessings to you all. Take care. Blessed be. Keep praying for the Pope. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.